Hi, all. This is Priyanka, and my team has joined here with me, who is Gopi, Divya, and Ramya, and we all will be conducting the webinar for you today. In today's session, we will be seeing how you can integrate your Zoho CRM with Zoho Mail. So that will be the basic idea of today's webinar. And if you have any doubts while the session is going on, and if you have any sort of questions that you want to ask related to this topic, then you have the questions tab ready for you, where you can post all of your questions in the questions tab. Or if you have any feedbacks or comments that you wish to share with us, then you can post it in the chats tab, which is again found on the left side of your page. All right. So with that being said, I think we can move on. As I already said in today's session, Ramya Javed, a senior product support engineer, she will be the product expert of CRM, and she'll be covering the CRM part of today's webinar. And myself, Priyanka, I'm a product expert of Zoho Mail, and I will be covering all the Zoho Mail part of today's webinar. All right. In today's agenda, we will be seeing introduction to Zoho Mail, introduction to Zoho CRM. Followed by that, we will be seeing the integration demo of Zoho CRM into Zoho Mail. And then followed by that, in the last section of the webinar, we will be also seeing an introduction to migration. All right. Moving on with the first topic, which is an overview of Zoho Mail. Talking about Zoho Mail is a flagship product of Zoho, and it's been used about 16 million users worldwide. All right. And Zoho focuses on giving you the security, stability that your inbox ever needs. Also, it promises you an enterprise grade features, right? So if you're doing a business and if you're looking for an email hosting, you can anytime turn to Zoho Mail, because it will give you the best email solution, right? And it also promises you a 99.9% guaranteed uptime. If you're already a user of Zoho Mail, you would know that all the features and options that Zoho Mail has is self-explanatory, and you do not need any complex help guides to understand the same. You can understand it on your own, right? And if you're an admin of Zoho Mail, then you can understand that the admin console of Zoho Mail is transparent, and you can see all the activities done in the admin console in just one click, right? So that's about Zoho Mail, and this is how the Zoho Mail UI looks like. So when I wanted to talk about the overview of the same, I thought I can point out some of the key features that Zoho Mail has, so that you'll be able to understand how Zoho Mail stands unique when it's being compared with other providers. So talking about the first feature, we will be seeing email sharing. So this is going to be the first feature I'd like to discuss with you, and that is email sharing. So how does email sharing work is, so let's just take for an example, you receive an email, all right, and you think you want to discuss about that email with some of your colleagues in your organization. So what we would normally do is we would forward the email to the person or the group, or we would screenshot and send it to them, right? But instead of doing that, if I'm going to say that you can tag the person in the mail, or you can tag the group in the mail, and whoever you have tagged will have access to that mail. Would you believe me? But that's the case. You can simply tag the group or the person, and whoever you have tagged will have access to that mail. All right. Not just that, they'd be able to have a conversation in that mail itself. So you can have all the conversation that you want, and you can take in all the suggestion, and you can draft a mail and send it. So that's about email sharing. And followed by that, I wanted to talk about something which is similar, which is draft sharing, right? Uh, awesome. Okay. So talking about a similar feature, which is draft sharing. So how does that work is, just like how we saw email sharing, you can again have a draft. You can draft a mail. And if you wish to discuss about the draft with some of your colleagues and take in some suggestions before you send it, then you can again tag the person or the group and get in all the suggestion, and you can formulate the draft and then send it. So that's about email sharing and draft sharing. Moving on to the next feature, which is streams. Let's talk about streams. Streams is my favorite feature because it just works like social media platform. So let me just tell you how this works, or how it will benefit your business. So you might have certain announcements that you'd like to make to everybody in your organization. Okay, so if that's the case, what we would normally do is we will formulate an email and we will forward to everybody in your organization, right? But instead of doing that, you can formulate the post and post it in this particular platform called Streams. And Everybody in your organization will have access to that post, right? Not just that, they'd be able to like the post and comment on the post. And if you're going to ask me, like, if only messages can be posted here, the answer is absolutely not. Not just messages, you can also post notes, events, tasks, and bookmarks. And you can also share your post individually to a person or a group, right? So in streams, what it basically allows you to do is it creates a collaborative platform for the person in your people in your organization. And when they're able to see all the updates and progress of the company, they'll have a clearer view of their goal and they can work efficiently, right? So that's the basic essentiality of streams. Moving on to the next feature, which is going to be recalling emails. So how does this work is, you might have certain emails successfully sent. Even after it is sent, you might have certain doubts, like maybe some of the data was wrong and maybe you want to remodify the email and send it again. So what would you want to do is bring back the email, right? So at that case, this feature is going to be handy for you, where recalling emails helps you to bring back an email which is successfully sent, right? And you can then redraft the email and send it again. So that's about recalling emails. And you might have certain scenarios where you will have the draft ready in hand, but you will want to send the draft after a while, like after a week or after a hour as well. So at that point, you will need features such as scheduling emails, right? Yes, that will be the last feature we'll be discussing about, which is scheduling emails, which will allow you to schedule an email, and then at that particular time arrives, the email will be sent automatically, right? So that's about recalling emails and scheduling emails. We have a lot of features available in store for you. We can talk about it all day. But today, as we have certain time constraints, I'd like to stop talking about this feature for now, and we can move on to the next topic, which is Suite. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to talk about Suite, where we have mail, calendar, task, notes, contacts, and bookmarks. As we already saw mail, we'll move on to the next Suite, which is Zoho Calendar. So, in this hybrid environment, you might have certain workers, so some of your workers working at home and some of your workers working at offices, right? So, you will want online meetings in order to keep a track of the progresses, to keep a track of all the tasks being done, right? For that, you need a platform where you can schedule the meetings and appointments, and where you can send invites to your teammates, right? So, you have landed on the right platform, which is Zoho Calendar. Zoho Calendar allows you to track all of your appointments and meetings and as well schedule them. And you can invite team members to the meetings and appointments. A reminder will be sent to all the teammates, to whoever the invite was sent, as long as it is being accepted by them, right? Also, you have something called a shared calendar. So let me just give you an example. You are sharing a calendar with the members of your organization. What is the use of the same is, when you are sharing your calendar, the people in your organization can see when you are busy and when you have an event scheduled. And according to that, they can, schedule a meeting or schedule an event for you in accordance with when you are free, right? And the last thing we'll be discussing about Zoho Calendar is multi-device sync. So it is normal that we will not have our laptops all the time with us, right? So at that point, we need such features like multi-device sync, where you can sync your calendar in multiple devices so that you will not miss out on your appointments or meetings even when your laptop is not there with you, right? So that's about Zoho Calendars. Moving on to the next suite, which is Zoho Task. Right. Zoho Task is a portal which allows you to create tasks. It's simple as that. But let me give you an user case where you'll be able to better understand how this could be of use with you. Imagine you are a manager, all right? You have a team under you, and you are giving them a task and you want to manage the task. So we cannot go and ask each and individual how the task is being progressed or what's the status of the task, right? But instead of doing that, what you can do is, you can come to this platform, create a task given the details of the task, and invite the team members. Once that is done, the team members will work on the task and they will update the task in this particular portal. As a manager, you can sit in one place and open one page, which will be Zoho Task, and you can see the progress of the task and manage the task, right? And you might have something called as recurring task. So there are certain tasks which are bound to recur, right? It might be like you might have certain tasks which you'll have to do every day or every week or even every month, right? So you shouldn't be sitting and giving the details of the task every time you do it, right? But what you can do is you can create a task given the details of the task for once and for all. And then you can set it as a recurring task. So let's just take for an example, you have a task which you will have to do every day. So I will set the interval as 1 day. So every day the task will be recurring and it will be created anew. And you will have to close the task every time it appears anew. All right. So that is about recurring task. Here again, you have personal task and group task that you can create, and you can also have specific tags for the task, right? So that is about Zoho task. Moving on to the next suite, which is Zoho Notes. Talking about Zoho Notes, uh, we certain people have this habit of not using calendars or tasks. We tend to use notes most of the time, right? So you can have all the scheduled meetings and appointments, noted down in this notes, and you can have a reminder set as well. So the reminder allows you to see the appointments and meetings that are scheduled for you, and you can check them and you can keep a track of them. Also, you can also note down all the important points in the notes and you can keep it aside for your personal reference as well. So notes works just the way you want it to work. The last thing is you can also use it as a sticky note where if you save it as a sticky note, even when you toggle between the other suites, which is calendar, task, notes, contacts, or bookmarks, the sticky note stays in place and it allows you to remember all the important points that you wish to remember. One last thing I'd like to share is shared notes. So we saw something called as email sharing, right? Same way this works, you can create a note and you can tag the people that you wish to give access to the note. Once that is done, the people whoever you have tagged will have access to that note and they can have a conversation about the note then and there itself. And in accordance with the conversation, you can make the necessary modification to the note and you can save it, right? So that's about notes. Additionally, you have contacts and bookmarks. Contacts is a platform which will allow you to save all the important contacts and recipients which you would like to access later. And you have bookmarks, which will allow you to keep all the URLs and web pages which you would like to attend to later, right? So that's about the suite. And the next thing we're going to see, which is very important and relevant to this webinar, which is connect with other apps. This is very important in today's world, right? Because toggling between different apps is very time consuming and letting the data flow from one app to the other, copy pasting is another tedious job to do, right? But this integration is going to cut short all of those activities. So Zoho Mail lets you to integrate with several other apps, including third-party apps, right? And in today's webinar, especially we will be seeing how you can integrate your Zoho CRM with Zoho Mail. So before we see how you can do the integration, I'd like to call upon Ramya, who will be giving you an overview of how Zoho CRM works. Ramya, are you ready?
Yes, Priyanka, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Right, so I'll be giving you some basic idea of Zoho CRM and how you can actually get this integration up and run. So let me quickly share the screen. Hope the screen is visible. Perfect. Right. So I'm sure most of you are using Zoho CRM, but for who are not using, let me just get a brief idea. So Zoho CRM is a tool which acts as a repository to bring your sales, marketing, customer support activities together, and it also streamlines the process, policy, and people in one platform. Right. Let's see what makes Zoho CRM different from others in the market. With 15 years of experience in the CRM industry, we know what it's like at every stage of growing business. Since our start, we have grown to support millions of users by putting their needs at the center of everything we do. And having said this, we have got you the best CRM with the highest adoption and faster implementation made possible. And Zoho CRM integrates seamlessly with the other third party applications which you may be using already. And this also helps you to switch from the other systems without the loss of information. And now, with more businesses opting for a hybrid work model, it is important for us to have a remote CRM, correct? And that keeps the sales team more productive and gives them the necessary tools to collaborate with their peers and engage their customers with ease. So here we have the omni-channel options for you, and the CRM is always remote ready. Right. And so CRM not just comes up with the tools that you might need to manage your operations, but it also helps you to scale up as per your unique business requirements with scalable ecosystem and more flexible contracts in place. I'm sure you don't deny the fact that the global mobile usage has overtaken the desktops, correct? And it is vital for us to have a CRM system that allows us to go completely mobile. And when it comes to mobile functionality, you know that we are best rated. So you can simply download the application for your iOS or Android devices and connect with your customers anytime, anywhere from the convenience of your mobile device. Right? Let's see what you can actually expect from Zoho CRM for your business. With Zoho CRM in place, you can easily identify, nurture, follow up on quality leads, and build excellent customer relation. So you don't have to waste time and resource on a prospect or a customer who might not become a part of your business anytime. So this way, you can just increase your team's productivity. And Zoho CRM gives you the accurate data from across organization. Using the analytics and reports, you can react to the market trends with better decisions and generate more revenue by closing deals smarter. Now, you can set up rules in Zoho CRM based on the real life sales process. Yes, that could vary from industry to industry, correct? And with that, you'll be able to enhance the overall efficiency. Let me just get you few key differentiators or the functionalities we have for you in Zoho CRM. There are a lot more, but I have just got a few highlights. The communication has gone or reached a whole new level, correct? And with Zoho CRM, you can just easily bring it under one roof, be it email, phone call, live chat, or the social media channels that could be like Facebook or Twitter. All the interactions can be accessed from one central place, and that's going to be your CRM account. The more the business grows, the more you need to know, right? And the Zoho CRM's reports and analytics gives you the best options to measure the performance of every sales activity and break codes down into achievable targets. Next comes Zia, being the first conversational AI sales assistant, can actually help you to draw insights, predict future sales, detect anomalies in your CRM. Maybe it also helps you to anticipate the possible outcomes, recommend choices, or even suggest the next course of action with the customer by taking cues from the past interaction and data. Next, we have two process management features. So, for instance, right from the moment you capture the lead into your CRM system up until the deal closure, there may be several sales process included, correct? Yes. Say that could be like lead generation and follow-up, deal closure and order management, and lot 4. And each of these processes has several stages, and different teams may be responsible for completing each stage. And at this point, we might look for an option to dictate how the process should be executed to make the part simpler, correct? Yes. And that's when we have got two features for you. One, the blueprint. The second one is going to be the command center. Both these are nothing but the online replicas of your business process. And what's the difference? So Blueprint lets you to create the process within a particular module. Now let's say if you were looking to qualify the lead, yes, you can just use a blueprint which can be set within a particular module. But what if in case if you would like to set up the entire process starting from lead generation till the order management? So there we need to include multiple modules. Certain times we would like to add other applications in place as well, correct? So that's when we get the command center into the picture, which lets you to get the end-to-end customer journey built, including multiple modules and third-party or Zoho's application in place. There are a lot more, as I mentioned, due to the time constraint. We're just stopping right here. And now we'll get into the actual webinar topic, say like the integration, so Zoho CRM and Zoho Mail integration. The email communication has changed the way we do business today, right? And having Zoho Mail add-on within your CRM system empowers to have the communication channel level the playing ground between the CRM users as well as the business. Say that could be any sort of business here. And now, why this integration plays a key role? So with the Zoho Mail add-on, you can now manage all your customers' correspondence right within your CRM account. It also helps you to automatically track the email conversations with a particular customer and get that associated with the lead or the contact that we have in Zoho CRM account. When it comes to sharing or updating the data, yes, you can just do it right from your CRM, and you can choose to update or share the data of a specific record, or maybe with the other users, or maybe uh, all the record information can be shared, say like the public sharing settings can be updated. Also, you can just send and receive emails simultaneously in your Zoho CRM account. I have added few key features about the integration. To start with, you can simply find the email tab right in your CRM account. So when you would like to compose a mail, you can simply head on send email, and there you get the email tab. And you can send and receive emails without moving away from your CRM account as mentioned. And you'll also be able to share the emails with your colleagues. So you can just set the sharing permissions, say like emails from selected records, or maybe like all the records you have in your CRM account. In order to get the complete overview of the conversation in a nutshell, we have got you the thread views. And we don't wish to miss out any notification, correct? So here comes the mail magnet and sales signal features. So that gives you the quick notifications of email from your prospects, leads, or customers in place. And when it comes to the integration, you can either choose to use POP3 or IMAP protocols to configure your email account with your CRM. Wondering what's the POP and IMAP protocols? So let me just get you the one-liners so we can understand and choose better. When it comes to POP3, it is one of the email protocol that allows you to download the email messages to your device, which means it downloads the emails from the server onto your device before deleting it from the server. However, the users have the options to choose whether to have a copy of your emails on the server or keep it only on the devices. So this is going to consume space in your CRM system, where we actually don't want that to be downloaded, correct? And the other end, we have the AMAP protocol, which is considered to be the most preferred one. The reason is that this allows the email activity to remain in sync across multiple devices. So you can access your emails right from your computer, laptop, mobile, or even the tablet simultaneously. Right. So let's have a quick look at the integration. There are two ways how we can get this integrated. One, right from your CRM to your mail. We also have the other way around. So you can also have your integration done from your Zoho Mail to the CRM. So let's see from CRM. So let me just take you to the CRM account right there. And we are in the setup page. So let's get to the email. And there you find email configuration and then the email. So you can just head on get started. Thereby you find the popular email services or the providers available. So for now, I'm just going to check the Zoho mail, and you can choose between the IMAP or the POP integration. So let's choose IMAP integration, head on configure, and there we can provide the basic details. So let me just provide the details. Jessica. So head on configure, and now it's authenticating. So here we get a pop-up to import the email filters. If you have it handy, you can just choose a file and get that imported, or if you would like to do it later, yes, you can just hit on skip and do it later. Now we get the basic information about the integration. So we have chosen the IMAP protocol, the name, email address, and here comes the configuration status, which says working, and we have the sync status, the email sync status, which is yet to get started. And here we have the email sharing status, which is by default set as private, so it should be only viewed by you, by the user. On the other end, you also have the other options, say like you can just set it as public, which can be shared with every user in your organization, or you can also go ahead and set it like record level sharing. You can customize it with the record level sharing, which means you can choose which record should be shared with the other users. And if you'd like to add more from addresses apart from the one that we have added, yes, you can hit on the more from addresses. And that way you'll find the options to bring in new email addresses and get that saved. And now here comes the server details. The best part is that the incoming and the outgoing server details would be auto-populated when you choose the popular mail server, the providers. In case if you would like to change any, you can also make the changes and hit on update. So the changes would be saved. Right. Once the sync is done, we'll be able to get the emails in the sales inbox in your CRM account. That too, it could be giving you in an organized manner. So you can just find it with different folders for clear identification. Maybe it could take some time for the configuration to be completed. So I'm just going to take you to the other account where the configuration is set uh, done, and the sync is also perfect. So let me just get to the other account right there. So let's get to the email. There you find the email. So it's like the configuration status is working, sync status is complete, and you can find the, let me just make it like custom level sharing and hit on update. So when we just get to the record right there in the leads or the contacts module, you can just find the emails and you find the options to share it with the colleagues. So you can find when you enable the share emails, it will be shared with your colleagues. When you disable it, it will be viewed only by the record owner. You can find this option when you select the custom record level sharing. When it is going to be public or private, you will not find that option. So let me just get that update. Let's get back. And now getting to the emails, and now you'll not find that option right there. Perfect. I'm sure you will be eagerly waiting to have a quick look at the mailbox, correct? The sales inbox. So there you go. You can just find the sales inbox right there. So I have already copied it right here. So you can find it in different tabs, say the deals, who's a part of your CRM under contacts and leads, and who's not in your CRM actually. And if you'd like to add them as your lead or a contact, you find the options to add them as your lead or contact. And when you like to add them as lead, so you can just provide them with the basic details and save that. So you can find them under the leads tab. So that's how I have just got the Emily's data pushed in. And you find the conversations we had with the thread view. And you'll also be able to get the social conversations right there. And in the account, you'll be able to get the social, the Twitter. So the Twitter that's been linked here. So apart from that, in case if you'd like to add any notes, you can just head on, provide the title, add the notes and get that saved, so that would be saved in the particular record. Also, if you would like to add any open activities, you need not get to the particular record to do that. Instead, right from here, you'll be able to add the task, meeting and calls. So whatever you create here will be added to the CRM. Maybe I can just say we'll add a meeting, and you can make it as an online meeting. In case if you'd like to add new participants, you can also pick it up from the list. So it could be leads, contacts, or the users. So you can also set the reminders. That's my bad. I'm sorry, I didn't check that. So when you just add that, you'll be able to create the meetings right there in your account. Also, when it comes to deals, you'll be able to add new deals. Again, it goes the same. So you can create the activities, add notes, and create deals in addition. So you'll also be able to get the history, what exactly has happened with a particular record. And right from here, if you'd like to send an email, you can just hit on send email, and there you get the email tab. So you need not send it immediately. You have the options to schedule it for any later time. So you can also get the Zia's recommendation, the best time to send the email. You can straight away insert the templates that are being readily available in your CRM. The templates here are going to be module specific, so you can create any the templates for any particular module and send it across to the leads or contacts. So that's all about the integration right from CRM to Zoho Mail. And now it's over to Priyanka, so she can help you the other way round, the integration that could be done from Zoho Mail. Hello, Priyanka.
Hi, Ramya. Thank you for the brief explanation. So, some of you said you couldn't follow it. It's okay. Seeing how the integration works for the first time, it could be a little overwhelming, and that is totally fine. We will send a recording of this webinar to all of you so that you can revisit the webinar and you can, understand the integration even better. All right. So you don't have to worry. And as how Ramya was showing how you can integrate Zoho CRM to Zoho Mail from Zoho CRM, now we'll be showing how you can do the same integration from Zoho Mail. All right, let me share my screen. So I hope everybody can see my screen now. Is my screen visible? All right. So let me show you a video of what all you can do from the inbox. All right, so this is how the Zoho Mail UI looks like. And let's just take for an example, you're opening a mail. All right, this person does not have a profile in your CRM, but you wish to create one. So, what you can do is you can click on the plugin, which is the Zoho CRM integration. By clicking on that, what will happen is all the basic information will be auto populated. All right, and the rest of the information is something that you will have to manually fill, and these are all the possible information which you will have to fill, and you can save it. And you can toggle to the contact section. There again, the basic information will be auto populated, and the rest of the information is something that you can fill. So, this is how you can add a person's profile as a lead or a contact from the inbox itself, right? So, in another case, let's just say there is a person who already has a profile in CRM. When you open that person's mail, you can see the information about the person when you open the CRM plugin. All right. When it was created it, who modified it is all something that you can see in the information page, right? And if you wish to create some open activities for that person, you have to toggle to the activities section and click on the plus icon. You can create tasks, meetings, and calls. So here I'm creating a task. I've given it a task owner name and then a subject. I'm scheduling a call in the task. That is, I have to schedule a call and I'm giving it in the task section. And you can select the priority and status. Once that is done, you can choose to send notification email. Also, you can enable reminders. Give it a description and you can save it. So that is how you will create a task from the inbox. If you wish to create other open tasks such as meetings or calls, the same way you will go to the plus icon and you can go to the meeting section, fill in on the details about the meetings, and then you can save the meeting, right? So once that is done, a meeting will be scheduled for that person. Same goes for call. Go to the call section. So you have outbound, inbound, missed, which simply means who's going to make the call, and missed simply means if you want to keep a log of all the missed calls as well, you can choose that option. And then you can give in other details of the call, when the duration is going to be, what is the subject, and everything that you can fill, and you can save it. So once that is done, whatever activity you have fixed with this person will be listed in that plugin itself. You can review that. All right. By toggling to the info section now, you can create a note for this person. For that, you will have to scroll down and there you will find create new note. By clicking on that, you can create a note for this person, give it a title. Here I'm giving it as agreement and I'm giving it a description as finalize the terms and conditions, and I'm going to save it. All right. So what are the other things that you can do from here is you will find an option that is called send email. By clicking on that, let me play it again. All right. So you might have certain templates available in your CRM, and you will want to insert those templates while replying for an email, right? So what you will do is when you select the send email option, the to and the from will be auto-filled. And by selecting the select template, you can bring in the template of your choice inside. You can insert it and you can choose to send them immediately, or you can schedule the email as well and you can send it. All right. And then you have an option which is the three dots option available for you, which will let you to convert the person from a lead to a contact. It will ask for your confirmation. Once you confirm, the person's profile will be converted from a lead to a contact as well. And again, it will allow you to edit or delete the person's profile from here. And then you have something called as view in CRM, which will allow you to toggle to the actual app, which is CRM, and to this particular person's profile, right? So it'll take you directly to that. By scrolling down, you can see all of the changes that we updated in our inbox will be reflected here. You can see the notes that we created has been, reflected here, the finalized terms and conditions. You can see that. Scrolling further down, you can also see the task that we created there is reflected here, right? So that is how you will create open tasks. That is how you will create contacts and leads from the inbox page. And you also have facilities where you can bring in the templates that is created in the CRM in the inbox page itself, right? All right. So moving on, this is the Zoho Mail's UI, and we are going to compose a mail. All right. By clicking on the new mail, you can go to the compose section. There, by clicking on the drop down of two, you will find all contacts. Again, by clicking on that drop down, you will find CRM. All right. So what we did was we came into the compose section. There we clicked on the drop down of two where the recipients have to be filled. Again, under that, you found all contacts. By clicking on the drop down, you found CRM. All right. In the CRM, you can type in the characters and only the profiles which is existing in your CRM will be listed here. In that way, you can narrow down the person you want and you can insert them. Another way is by randomly giving in the name here, you will have the list of recipients who's been there. And there you will find a CRM logo as such as this, which will allow you to know that this person is already an existing profile in your CRM page, right? In that way as well, you can narrow down the person and insert them in the recipient page. All right. And again, if you want to insert templates, what you have to do is you have to go to the advanced settings and there you will have insert templates. By clicking on that, there you will find CRM templates as well. All right. There you can click on the specified template that you wish to insert and you can do all the modification that is needed for the mail and you can send the mail. All right, so that's about the demo, and that is all the features that is available in this integration, which you can do from the inbox itself, right? So, as we did the poll earlier, we found that some of you are not using Zoho Mail. So, after seeing this demo, if you think that this could be of great use for your business and if you wish to change providers, this slide is especially for you. So, when you wish to change your provider, the first thing is going to be your concern is to migrate all of your datas. It is obvious enough. You cannot leave all of your datas in your previous provider and move to a new provider, right? You will want to bring in all of your datas. For that, you need migration, and migration is very easy. Really, so we have a lot of methods in hand with us, and one of the common method that we use is one-click migration, which will allow you to bring in your data such as email, contacts, and calendar. Also, you can migrate your users as well. You have 24 into 7 support available for you. So while you are doing the migration, if you have any issues or any doubts, our support team is available and they will help you to do the migration hassle-free. You can have continuous monitoring and precise replication. So we will have this concern that I should not leave any of my data left behind, right? So you don't have to worry about it. We can bring in your data one way or the other. We have different methods through which we can do this. And the first thing is one-click migration, which we already discussed. And then the next method is server to server migration, which will allow you to bring in your email data alone. And then the next method is exchange migration wizard, right? So this is a particular tool which will allow you to bring in your data in the EML format or PSD format. And also it will allow you to bring in your data from exchange servers. So these are the available methods that we have, and these will help you to bring in your data from your previous provider to the new provider. So the next concern which you might have is, okay, I might choose Zoho Mail, but this environment is new for me and I want to examine it before I choose it, right? So if that's the case, then this is especially for you. Split delivery allows you to configure some of your users in the previous provider and the rest of the users in Zoho Mail. So once you do that, when a mail is sent to the person in your organization, it will reach your previous provider first. If the user is not there and they are present here, then it will be redirected to the our provider, which is Zoho Mail, right? And you also have something called as dual delivery, where a copy of a mail will be sent to both the servers. So by doing this, you would be able to examine how our environment works, get familiarized with our environment, how the security works is something that you can understand, how the data is being flowed is something that you can understand, and then you can choose which provider suits you the best. right? So that's about split delivery and dual delivery. The last topic we'll be seeing today is migration assistance program. I'm really, really happy to launch this here. So if you think that migration still could be a complex process and it's something that I don't understand, I still need assistance, then this is especially for you. So, for you to avail this service, all that you have to do is you have to contact us through migration at zohoworkplace.com. Make sure to contact us through the email ID through which you registered for this webinar so that we will know you're an attendee. Because for that, you get a 10% discount, right? So, our support team will help you to migrate your data from your previous provider to the new provider. That's about this program, and that's a wrap.